So right now, hey, welcome everybody.
Hey.
Hey, this is Can I Just Say One Thing?
Hi, welcome to the last episode of February.
It was like not the last.
We're done here.
But
No.
I'm Jess,
I'm Demi.
and right now we're reading our notes on our phone. So Demi found it was on BuzzFeed News. It wasn't.
I don't know where it was.
An Instagram post about a woman who has like really sad notes in her phone, but also next to really
Okay, it says, sorry. This girl's tweet highlighted what a bittersweet place the notes section on your phone can be. And so she screenshotted her first two notes, and the first note is from October 14th at 9:45 in the morning. It's like 11:30. I'm sorry. I'm crying again. I feel a lump in the bottom of my stomach. And then the next note is garlic, salt, tomatoes.
You want to hear what some of mine are?
Yes.
Usually I always have food lists, but I delete them after a while. So I feel like I should read this one last because this one's from Megan.
Oh no.
A quote that she said, but one of them is like, I when I want to remember people's names, I'll put their names in my phone and I'll put who they are, like what they look like, so that way I can remember.
That?
So like people that I don't work with but that work on my floor, I'll put like Bank of the West ladies, and then I'll put their name, Friendly, the younger woman, and then I'll put like what the other one looks like.
God.
And then tattoo neighbor is Bobby, dog is Kobe, because I want to remember the dog's name.
Of course.
Hair and makeup is approximately $150. That was for a wedding. Dreamt I was going to Europe, and then a different one. Speech.
You put your dreams?
I was trying to like document some of them because I don't have a lot.
Oh.
My favorite one is a quote from my dear friend Megan. Let me take the porno out of my purse. So we decided to go to a strip club one day in San Francisco. Weren't drunk, nothing.
Just going
Just going in, and and they gave us free porno because we walked in the door.
Of course.
Yeah,
Yes.
obviously.
Why wouldn't you?
What are yours? Let me see. Let me hear yours.
I have I have quotes from that I keep of stuff that Tatum says.
That's cute.
Sometimes because she says the funniest stuff. And so one of them is we were driving home from hitting balls at the driving range. And
Also, Tatum's 11.
she's 11.
Yeah.
And we were listening to CCR, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? And she goes, can I tell you something? I actually came up with this, and I guess that they just copied me.
That's my favorite one.
And then another time we walked down the street and went and got coffee, and we had Dakota with us, our dog, and Tatum went inside to go ask for like a straw or something, and she was in there talking to them for a long time, and when she came out, Brett and I were like, what were they asking you? And she goes, oh, they asked if we wanted to give Dakota a treat, and I said, no thanks, we brought our own.
You want to know what my recent favorites are? When she's texting your group chat, and she's just like, you have to keep this a secret.
Yeah, Tatum was texting us in a group text message with like me, her dad, her grandma, grandpa, and great grandma, and she texted us, and she was texting us all morning, and then she stopped for a while, and then like 30
having
minutes
a really
later,
hard day.
she was, and like 30 minutes later, she said, "Hey, sorry, I haven't responded in a while. I was doing something." And I was being baited. And so I was like, what were you doing? And she goes, or I said, is everything okay? And she goes, I guess. Stringing me along with these emotions. And then I said, is everything okay? And she goes, okay, you can't tell anybody, but we're dealing with possums.
It's my favorite. It's like the most
It's
innocent
just so
thing.
pure. It's
so
so
pure.
excellent.
I love it all. I love
Sorry.
it all so much.
Also, I just want to say, I feel like I'm getting sick. I also just ate like half a box of Cheez-Its and cookies, which isn't the best for when you're sick.
Isn't it though?
Maybe. And like
think it
I'm
might be.
drinking wine. It's my wedding diet, so
It's working, okay?
thank you. I'm trying so hard. Thank you.
It's over a year. You have plenty of time.
I know.
It's so far away. That makes me sad. It's in my phone though.
Yeah, calendar. Put it in your calendar, May 29th, next year.
Yay!
So, we don't have much to say really. Like today we're wrapping up the book. We're announcing our book for March.
Thoroughly enjoyed Where the Crawdads
Yeah,
Sing.
so much. I really can't wait to see what she comes out with. I hope
Me
she
too.
keeps writing.
She has to. She this book did so well.
Yeah.
Also, Demi said we're drinking wine.
Oh, yeah,
This is
sorry.
Bogle Red Blend. Chelsea's
Essential
Essential Red
California.
Blend.
Love these glasses, hate the clinks.
Oh, clinks are very anticlimactic.
I know. Darn it, I was just gonna say something.
We saw each other over the weekend. That was nice.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
To hang out, obviously.
Why were we hanging out? What time were we hanging out? Because what were you busy doing all day on Saturday? Saturday.
All the days blended
What
together.
is weekend? Brag.
I don't want to brag.
You want me to brag?
No, I just ran.
Jess ran
31 miles.
31 miles. She ran it with her legs. Her own too. In not even straight. Just up in the mountains and the hills.
It wasn't even that much climbing compared to
I don't care.
So when I ran the 18 miles a few weekends ago, it was over 5,000 feet. And this one was only 3,000 something.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, that was it.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank
like
you.
I know I went kind of crazy.
No, you didn't.
Okay, good.
But yeah, Demi made me feel like a badass bitch.
You made you feel like a badass.
No, it was you. It was kind of, I'm saying the word again, anticlimactic. I thought, not that I'm not proud of myself, like I am. I'm very excited and I love being able to refer to myself as
Yes.
an ultramarathoner.
Yeah.
But
Me too.
Thanks.
No, me.
Oh,
Ultra cookie eater marathoner.
these cookies are great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was just like, cool, I guess I did it then. Like I did it. But we did get to have beer and
Yeah.
hang out, which is
And you
always
almost
nice.
fell asleep at the table.
I didn't. I just wanted to.
I have to find that picture of you asleep at sushi.
It has to be somewhere.
It's in my phone.
It must be even be in my phone, maybe.
Probably.
From like,
It's so good. I
ages
send
ago.
it all the time. Just not to you. Just kidding. No.
I mean, like, it's hilarious. I fall asleep anywhere. I was telling Demi on Saturday, I've fallen asleep at a Britney Spears concert.
How
and I love
dare
her.
you.
I know. And I've fallen asleep at, like a hard rock, like not hard rock, a metal concert before. Fell asleep standing up
No.
because I was leaning against Shiloh. Yeah. So that
Party.
happened. Yeah. I can it's not just my given gift, it's also my sister Jen's given gift.
Really?
Yeah, we've been
Blessed.
truly anywhere I can lean on. Not even like lay down. Like if I can lean on something, I'll fall asleep.
Like, how asleep? Out?
Not like completely out. Like there is some level probably of consciousness,
It's so crazy.
but truly
I can't
anywhere.
even imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like all
Wow.
the time. I can do it all the time.
Love
It's
it.
crazy. I mean, I do like sleeping, so it's
I
kind of
mean,
a gift.
same, but like
Yeah.
standing?
But like
that's
leaning,
passion.
standing, I know.
You're like very passionate about it.
And it sucks too because I actually really enjoyed that metal concert.
Did you though?
I did. I was just so tired. I don't know why. I wasn't even running then. So, shall we get into the last section of the book?
Yes.
Let's do it.
All
What are
right.
your thoughts? Like your
Okay.
overall thoughts
Overall.
without giving anything away yet.
Oh. Well, I loved it. I really super enjoyed it. I got very into it. It was one of those books for me where I was like, I was thinking of something like something would happen in my day and I would relate it in my brain back to the book. And I would be like, oh, that's just like when my friends did. I'm like, Kaya is not a real person. She is not my friend.
I mean, in my imagination.
I know. So like it stayed with me
Right.
throughout my days.
Right. So when we last left off, she had been arrested for the murder of Chase Andrews. And she got an attorney who came to her and is doing all this work pro bono.
Right.
And so she's being, even though nobody's really seen her do it, they have suspicions because there's red fibers that
On
were
his
found
body,
on him.
and her hat has those red fibers. Also, Chase, before he was either killed or died or whatever happened, he attempted to rape Kaya at her house, and people.
Not at the house. It was at some random beach.
Oh, I thought it was at her house.
No, it was at some random beach, and then he came up behind her without her being there.
Okay.
And then
Sorry,
she
sorry.
tried to get away,
Right.
and then she went back to her house,
Oh.
and then was like, "I can't stay at my house.
Going
I
to the
don't know if-"
reading
Yeah,
cabin.
Yeah.
So that happened, and two boaters saw her like running
Beating him.
away, beating him up, saying her last words were like, "If you come near me again, I'll kill you." So there's witnesses to that.
The only other thing is that it could potentially be possible
Tate.
for her. Oh my God, how funny.
Tate.
Yeah. So the cookies we bought today are Tate's cookies because they're delicious and crunchy yumminess.
So good.
And yeah, I totally.
They're called Tate.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right.
And so is our love of this book.
Oh, what? Sorry, that was really dumb of me. I'm so sorry to interrupt
you. It's totally fine. I just don't know where I was going.
What were we talking
about? It could be. I think it's a potential thing that she could have. So she was away for the time that Chase was either died or murdered. We don't know.
Right. Yeah, she was out of town.
But it was a potential thing that she could have come back, killed him if it was her.
Sorry.
And then go back.
No.
I know. It's so stupid. The fact that it was like the bus was late and all that stuff. Like
the bus was late in the allotted time. It's bullshit. Sorry. It's not possible. That's the only thing that the prosecution had. And they're grasping at it so tightly.
Yeah.
No. It ain't true.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
So yeah, so from there, she's in the county jail. She's like looking out at the marsh and like wishing she could be outside. She's not letting anybody see her, but she's remembering a time that she saw Tate, and she comes up and boats to him, and he talks about taking his cap, and it's a red cap. Did you notice?
Yes.
But, like, they don't mention it again after that.
I know.
They don't say, like, she actually... Because she threw it back into his boat.
And they were, like, tossing it back and forth and, like, messing around.
But it ended up with Tate. Which is what's... Like, it stayed with Tate.
Oh, it did?
She was the last person, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was going to lead to something.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And it didn't, but that's fine. I was just kind of bummed at the end.
Why?
I wanted more.
I wanted some sexy time with Tate.
Wanted sexy time. Got none.
Yeah.
Only the nipple touching happened.
Earlier in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were shortchanged.
But the way that her lawyer goes about the whole goes about the questioning and all that stuff. I'm just like, I love stuff like that. Like, I love
the details.
I'm just really bad at arguing, I guess. Like, I never really think of like, ooh, like, what can I say?
Right.
Which is crazy. When I was in 8th grade, I was in a teen court class.
Ooh,
and
what?
so we would do like mock trials, and we'd like all break up, and you'd go into your... It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Our group was the best at it.
Really?
Yeah, like, we would always get like either the conviction, or we would always win the case or whatever. I think pretty much every time, from what I remember. And it was a really fun class. We studied like all these different cases, and we studied random like murder trials, and maybe that's another reason why I'm so obsessed.
That is so fun. We did that
grade.
In my history class in high school. It was a debate team though for like a semester. I was really good at it.
That's awesome.
And my teacher loved me.
That's so
he was
fun though.
Dick to everyone, but he was like always, I don't know, he just made me feel really positive.
Honestly, so was my teacher. He was a dick to pretty much everyone. He would call me smart girl number 3 because there was other girls not in my class.
That's nice though.
In other classes, so like depending on when he had the person.
Dude, that's legit.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I mean,
more smart girl nicknames.
I feel bad because I hope nobody else overheard him say that. Now that I think about it, because
what?
I hope like nobody else overheard that. Because how much of a complex would you get if he like referred to somebody else as a smart girl but didn't refer to you that way?
I'd just try and be smarter.
Yeah,
it's not it's not the teacher's fault that other person's dumb.
Yeah, I just feel bad about like, pet like class pets or whatever. You know what I mean? Not that I was, like, I didn't ever interact with him.
Really smart girl number 3?
Well, I mean, I was, but it was a really cool class.
Yeah, that sounds super fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the book.
Okay. So, loved that Tom Milton is her attorney.
Yeah, he's a solid guy, too. Like,
good.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed him.
He's, like, trying to tell her, like, kind of interact with the jury a little bit. Make them see that you're not this crazy marsh girl. And she's like,
not having it.
No, they've rejected me my whole life. Why am I going to play along with them now?
Yep. I
really associated with her when she was obsessed with the cat.
Oh my gosh, Sunday Justice.
Sunday Justice.
What an amazing name.
It's great.
I'm naming my child Sunday Justice.
Are you?
Not having a child.
Are you ready for what I'm going to name one of our cats that Shiloh and I are planning on getting in the future?
Okay.
So Shiloh saw a meme on Twitter, and somebody was like, "I just don't understand why there aren't more people that name their pets Peeve, like as in a pet peeve. This is my pet peeve."
That is so cute.
And I was like, and Shiloh was like, "Are we gonna name a cat that?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yes.
After Rufus.
Oh, Rufus and Peeve.
Oh my god! Why did I just get so excited?
Your face.
They're gonna have their own cartoon.
Oh.
So good.
The Rufus and Peeve show.
Oh.
I can't.
But I can.
I will.
Till I can. It's fine. I just made up a new song.
Friends
forever. It's forever.
Oh no! Forever. It's so cute. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I'm ready.
So, basically, a lot happens in this last section that's just basically trial stuff where people are on the stand saying what they saw. So 2 people out to sea saw a boat that looked like Kaya's, a figure that looked like Kaya's, even though she was supposed to be in a town that was quite a ways away. Another person that was in that same crew said that they weren't sure if it was Kaya. There's so many boats that are exact, like that's the most popular boat in that area, so we can't say definitively that it was her or not.
Can we pause? Do you think no. Do you Do you think that she would do that?
What?
Kill him.
Totally.
But a few weeks later?
It has to be like planned. She's not like...
She doesn't have a way to call him to get him out there.
I would think that she would have a way to get a hold of him, for sure. Also, he's probably just lurking around her all the time.
Really, you think so?
I mean, he tried to rape her out of the blue some random day.
She need him in the balls.
Thank good.
Thanks the good. That's the second time you said that today.
I don't know why I'm saying...
Thank good.
I think I want to say God
thing.
And glad.
Glad thing. That's my favorite all-time thing that Tatum says is glad thing.
I love that. Glad thing.
Glad thing, man. I don't. I don't.
But like she does. Kill him.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't.
The end of the book.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Why are you saying no?
Because it said it didn't.
Well, she's convicted. She's not convicted of the murder.
Yeah.
But at the end of the book, when Tate finds all the evidence of it.
Did I not finish?
You might not finish the book.
No, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Give me that book.
Okay.
What the hell?
I'm wondering, like, why aren't you not, like, saying, like, I don't think she could do it. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, I don't think she, I mean, it's showing that she's not.
The Firefly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, you know she dies.
She dies.
Yeah. After she dies, Tate finds a poem.
Shh.
Timmy's reading the end of the book.
Oh, shit. She was fucking Amanda Hamilton?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
She wasn't fucking Amanda Hamilton. She was. She was a pseudonym named Amanda Hamilton who submitted poetry.
Wait. I can't. Tate Satin. No.
Surprise, bitch! She killed him.
So I definitely think that she could have done it.
Okay, but I can see where you said no. Also, because I'm like, yeah, I could see her doing it because of who she is, in a sense where, like she's not going to take people's stuff. She's not going to take crap from people. But the timeline didn't make sense. The bus was late. So they talk about the bus being late. They talk about how she would have to sneak on and off the bus without being detected. And nobody saw her specifically. They saw people that could potentially be her if she was like in disguise.
I want to flip this table. For a week, I have told myself she didn't do it. I listened to her dying and I was like, I'm done. I was okay.
Well, hey, big surprise for you.
Wow, this is embarrassing.
A true time reaction though on the like, how great is that?
That's embarrassing.
Why?
Because this is our podcast where we read books.
But I got to video you finding out that
I didn't finish it. Do you get it? I didn't finish.
Do you get
it? The book. The one thing we have to do. I didn't do it. This is so classic me.
You were 4 pages away from not
finishing it. Oh yeah.
But you didn't know because you were listening on audio. So not your fault.
If you ever needed to explain me to a person, just say that.
Like what? She didn't finish the book?
She has a podcast that's based on reading books, and she didn't finish the book. The end.
It's great though.
Is it? Then we have I am this reaction. So embarrassed.
Oh my God, don't be. It's not that serious.
If you want to break up with me, I'm fine with it because I deserve it.
No.
If you need to get a new co-host, I'll do the interviews. That's how ashamed I am right now. That is so disgusting.
One, stop being embarrassed.
I am.
Don't.
I can't.
This is what we do for fun. You don't have to take it like a serious job.
It's listening to a book. You could what little effort could I have put into it?
I'm trying to say don't feel bad. You want to make yourself feel bad.
I don't have to try that hard. It's pretty easy to feel bad about not doing the thing we're supposed to do.
I know it'll make you feel better.
That blows my mind that is happening to me right now.
If it makes you feel better, I didn't want to read on after she died because I was like, ugh, are you kidding me?
But guess what? You did.
I did. The poem that she writes
is great.
It's great. So the whole thing was that her lawyer is pretty much proving that she didn't commit this. I mean, he did prove it. She was found not guilty. And the lawyer said, give this girl a chance. You basically maybe shouldn't be an outcast if you guys accepted her from the beginning.
Oh my gosh. She is an amazing writer. This is crazy. Do you understand what a great writer she is?
I do.
The whole time when she's Kaya's about to throw up, and I'm like, I know, because she's so innocent.
And guess what? She's a moiterer.
She's badass. Mm-hmm. I cannot wait to listen to this and listen to me try and advocate for Kaya.
I was so confused, Debbie, truly confused. I'm like, why does she keep saying, I'm like, are we just not, we don't want to reveal yet that she's actually did it? I was like, I'll play along for a little bit. Yeah, but then.
And then I just kept going.
I was
on my innocent train.
I'm like, why are you saying that?
Can you imagine if you had not said that? What a crossroads we would have been at.
Yeah, I was just like, are we just gonna differ that she thinks that, she thinks maybe Tate did it? I don't know.
I did.
Well, I did too. Yeah. I wasn't I wasn't ruling Kaya out completely, just because I'm just like, well, I mean, he did try to rape her, But yeah. I was like, but I could see her kind of telling Tate and then Tate doing that, so maybe she's taking the fall for Tate. Or
so remember in the beginning of the podcast when I said I wasn't satisfied with the ending? I'm very satisfied. Very much so. I love it.
Are you satisfied?
The most.
The most. That was so creepy the way I said that. Take it back. I
am.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Do you want to read the poem that she writes?
No, you read it. I don't deserve it.
On my words.
Okay.
Okay. So earlier in the book, when she's a lot younger of a girl, she talks about watching fireflies and how to call a mate over, the flies will do a dance.
And they'll flash a certain way.
Exactly, for mates. And then
change
after they've been impregnated, I guess. And will lure with a different dance and a different light just to kill and eat other males.
Badass.
And a praying mantis, stuff like that.
Yeah, it was mentioned several times of species killing
males.
Yeah. I mean, is it bad? The firefly. Luring him was easy as flashing valentines, but like a lady firefly, they hid They hid a secret called to die. A final touch unfinished, the last step a trap. Down, down he falls, his eyes still holding mine, until they see another world. I saw them change, first a question, then an answer, finally an end, and love itself passing to whatever it was before it began. A.H.
So good. And then, so the whole ending is, after she's said that she's not guilty, her and Tate move in together. They decide to have a life together. She's not able to have children. She dies like at 64.
Super young.
Very young.
But her and Tate end up together.
They end up together. Unfortunately, no sexy time is called. It's not talked about. But she doesn't come back one day, and he goes and finds her out in her boat, and she's like slumped over in the boat, and she just died.
Not a heart attack or something.
Yeah, like peacefully. Not peacefully. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't really say.
It seemed like it. Yeah. Like just really sudden and quick.
Quick, yep. And can't find like a will to say that he might be able to have the house or keep the land or whatever, and finds this little trap little area in her house, and finds this poem. Finds out that she's this anonymous poet.
Poems. Yeah.
She's this anonymous poet that Tate always thought was kind of like, oh, whatever. I mean, like, it's fine, but it's not like the greatest poetry. But it turns out to be her the whole time, which is hilarious. Yeah. That would be like me and Shiloh, like, oh, I wrote all this stuff, and it's anonymous. You'd be like, yeah, it's not that great. And I'd be like,
great.
It's actually great. Thanks.
Actually great.
It's so great.
Oh my gosh.
But and then she finds, so Chase's mom comes forward and says he was wearing this shell necklace. It wasn't on him in the morgue. Means somebody took it, or it wasn't found at his site where he died. And Tate finds this shell necklace. And it was basically, like we said last week, how it must have been like a keepsake for him that he got the virginity of Kaya, of the Marsh girl. Yeah, so it's interesting that she had it. She did take it. I mean, she got away. She did it. Not that I condone murdering.
Not so much.
Yeah.
But I equally don't I don't condone murder as much as I don't condone rape.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Is that how I should say that?
I mean, say how you feel.
I don't know if that's right, though.
It's just, one, I can be okay with this because it's a fiction novel.
Yeah.
I can be okay that she killed somebody that tried to rape her.
Yeah.
In real life, I probably wouldn't have those same feelings.
That would be very extreme.
And I feel like she should be convicted if that's true. Obviously. But it's a book, and I am on Team Kaya and Tate. And they end up together, dang it, and have a beautiful life.
Yes. And she's a murderer. I just found out. Did you guys know that? Spoiler alert. Kaya did it.
I like that Tate understood that her nickname was not cruel. Only few become legends, so he chose as the epitaph for her tombstone Catherine Donnell Clark, also Kaya, and the Marsh girl. I'm like, yeah, that's right. You own that name.
She should. That's her.
Did, yep. That was basically it. I mean, it did. Actually, reading these last few chapters, it went by so quick. I was
super quick because it was a lot of like how she was feeling. There was nothing like huge that happened
besides her not being guilty.
Her being found out.
So my note here is that, and I do remember doing this, I truly held my breath reading the paragraph where it says that she was waiting for her conviction. Oh, I was so nervous. Oh my god.
Yeah, very nerve-wracking.
Oh, and this one's cute too. So Mrs. Culpepper was the truant officer, and how a long tear trailed down Mrs. Culpepper's cheek, and then a shadow smile for a little swamp truant escaping again. Because she didn't, even though she saw Kaya years ago right by the truck, she never said that she was there. She just let her escape. Let's see what else. Oh, so Tate's father dies. Scupper, after like supporting him and coming to the trial.
But he finally got to know who Kaya really was and why she was so important to Tate.
He didn't get to know who she really was because she moited.
She moited. But I just loved that. I don't know if we talked about it last week. We did, when Scupper came to the trial, because he was like, dang it, this is important to my son. I'm proud of my son. Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's so cool because you never, seriously, I don't know many,
characters.
Yes, characters that are men that are
have
strong
feelings
and vulnerable at the same time.
Yes,
who have depth.
Truly.
Why did I do that?
More books need to talk about nipple touching, periods,
and men with depth. Yeah. Okay. Hello. we just had like a 30-minute intermission.
It was work.
Oh.
Yeah. And here we go again. Back again.
Another one. Anyway, what were we saying?
Scupper. He died. He was a nice
great
man
character.
with depth. Also, Jumpin died.
I know.
I mean, like, yeah, everybody has to die at some point, but like,
but do they?
No.
In books? No.
No. Too many people died at the end of the book.
So it was very real.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting Kaya to die, to be honest.
I wasn't.
It surprised me.
100% agree with you on that. And also not to die.
She does die, right? She wasn't murdered.
She committed murder, Demi. She also dies.
Stupid.
But that's basically it. I mean, that's how the book ends.
So that is the end of Where the Crawdads Sing
by Delia Owens. Thank you. It was such a good book.
All right.
I'm devastated when this ended, though.
I know, but I'm like as devastated as I am. I'm equally excited. I am so thrilled. So, you guys, okay. For March, our book is going to be The Silent Patient by Alex. Oh no, Michaelides.
Michaelides. I don't know. It sounds kind of Greek.
Is it Greek?
Demi, you should know how to say it.
Michaelides.
So, should we read what this book is about?
Mm-hmm.
The little leaflet?
Yeah.
You want to read it?
Sure. Ooh, is it Alicia or Alicia? Alicia?
I would say Alicia. Probably.
Alicia?
Because I've known people that have this name and they prefer to be said Alicia.
Like Alicia Keys? Or
no, like Alicia.
Alicia.
But we should see what, because you bought it on Audible, right?
Hell yeah.
So let's see how they want it to be said.
Okay.
You're
so
Audible.
Smart. Gosh.
Thank you.
All right. Alicia Berenson's life is seemingly perfect. A famous painter married to an in-demand fashion photographer. She lives in a grand house overlooking a park in one of London's most desirable areas. They're always in London. My favorite.
It, though. My favorite is when it's set in London or England.
England. One evening, her husband Gabriel returns home late from work and Alicia shoots him 5 times in the face and then never speaks another word. Alicia's refusal to talk or give any kind of explanation turns a domestic tragedy into something far grander, a mystery that captures the public imagination and casts Alicia into notoriety. The price of her art skyrockets, and she, the silent patient, is hidden away from the tabloids, the spotlight at the Grove, a secure psychiatric unit in North London. Criminal psychotherapist Theo Faber is captivated by Alicia's story and jumps at the opportunity to work with her. His determination to get her to talk and unravel the mystery of why she shot her husband takes him down a path more unexpected, more terrifying than he ever imagined, a search for the truth that threatens to consume him. Shocking, thought-provoking, and deeply twisted, The Silent Patient is a spellbinding psychological thriller about violence, obsession, and the dark side of passion.
Ooh.
Oh, dang.
So, why did we pick this book?
So, we picked this book this month because Amazon Prime, is it Prime? Prime. Amazon Prime and Jordan Peele
from Get Out. Wrote and directed Get Out.
And I think he's the director of the...
Maybe, he has to be, obviously,
he's a part of it somehow. Yeah. Are doing a 4-part, I guess a mini-series about Lorena Bobbitt. She's the woman from like 1995 who cut off her husband's penis and threw it in a field. And it was just a national... We
want to know why she snapped.
We want to know why she snapped.
From her perspective.
Yes. So it was kind of like this media frenzy of like, I can't believe she would do something like that. She's a crazy woman. Why did she snap? Blah, 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 like we were saying. And it turns out there's a deeper meaning behind it. There's a deeper, darker world that she was a part of with this man that nobody knew about. And this is her reveal.
And we want to do a book kind of associated with potentially snapping.
Yes.
Obviously, we have no idea what this book is about. We just read the synopsis and we're like, okay, this sounds like something where a snap situation happened.
Sure.
and we want to see how it could potentially tie in. Not that it needs to tie in, but like how it might relate. Also, real quick, can we talk about cutting off people's penises? Because
sure. Well, wait. Do you know they sewed this one back on?
No, I didn't know that.
They did.
My thing is like when we've talked in podcast episodes past, to me, the ultimate thing to do to a man that has like raped and murdered women is to cut off the penis and let them bleed out and die. And so I was talking to Shiloh about this, and I was talking to another person about this, how we how all these people have like raped and murdered women, and I'll be like, all I want them to do is just cut off their penis. And the guys I talk to are like, oh my god, please don't say that, because they have this connection to their penis, obviously. I'm like, what do you mean? Wouldn't you want that to happen to somebody that murdered and raped countless women? Why wouldn't you want that? Not
or
that
just one woman.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't know the story of Lorraine Bobbitt, which is why I'm very excited to watch this, because I truly don't know the details about the case. I've heard of it like long time ago. I don't know anything about it. So to me, that is truly the ultimate punishment. And so so the fact that she did this to her own husband, what made her do it?
Yeah. That's not, it's so different from like stabbing someone or like shooting someone. It's so detailed. It's so like personal, and I don't know.
It's a very personal thing. Yeah. It's something that apparently, especially with talking with men about it, that it means a great deal to have that. Of course it does. I mean, like that's a part of your body, you know.
You abuse it, you lose it, though. Am I right?
Am I right?
Or truly. Use it to abuse others. You lose it.
If you use it to abuse others, you lose it.
Yeah.
Does that sound?
Doesn't sound great, but it's the truth. Goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're doing month of March. Yeah. Woohoo. Also, we're going to go into our next part. We'll answer a question and read from Demi's diary. But before we do, I have an old college friend. We've mentioned her on the podcast before. Her name is Autumn. She's from Sweden. She's not from Sweden. She lives in Sweden currently. And last episode, we talked about how we should go about talking about sex with kids and how it shouldn't be so taboo. We need to have more open dialogue. It's important. So she wrote me and said, okay, so I feel like I'm stalking you and Demi and your podcast, but I just want to support you guys, and you two are freaking hilarious.
Thanks, Autumn.
Thanks, Autumn. I just listened to your last show and have to comment about talking to kids about sex. As a mother to a 2-year-old, and I never wanted kids either.
God bless you.
I was actually surprised when she had a kid, because I knew her in college, and but I'm so excited. I'm sure she's such a great mother, and her kid's adorable. I will not be posting pictures about it, but anyway, so as a mother of a 2-year-old, and I never wanted kids either, it's never too early. For me, there are no nicknames for body parts, and I talk to him not so much about sex yet, but certainly setting and respecting boundaries. If Gabriel doesn't want to hug or kiss someone, I don't make him, even if it's me. Those are his boundaries, and I don't force him. It's important to allow those boundaries to happen. So hopefully in the future, there will be no issues. Hopefully talking about sex won't be strange either, since we've started so young. She also says our latest book is great, and we're slaying the podcast. Thanks again.
Thank you.
And I do really agree with that. So I watched a video that Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard did today on Ellen, because they were talking about their new line that came out with Walmart, and called Hello Bello, and
that's so cute.
It's such a cute, and also I like them both. And they were talking about how their 5-year-old finally asked them about the birds and the bees, and they were using the terminology like penis, vagina, ovaries, like all these terminology, and I'm like, good, like say
those
the words.
Those are what we have.
Yeah. Like you don't have to be like, oh, your private parts. Like no, like those are technical terms. Vagina and penis, so why not use them? So thank you, Autumn, for sending that in. It's also great to get a mother's perspective, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I recently fought with a friend because she had a crush on a low-key pursued a guy I really liked for a long time.
Oh.
Long story short, now I might have feelings for her ex. What a mess, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now I see that you can't help who you like. It's how you deal with it that matters. What do I do?
Well, I want to know if you ever confronted your friend about
the guy that you liked.
Yeah. And how she reacted.
But not knowing any of those details, what do you suggest?
Did it say that it's her friend's ex-boyfriend or a guy that she just used to like?
It just says, long story short, now I have a feeling, I might have feelings for her ex.
Oh, ooh, I don't know. So many things go into that. It's a no if it's like an ex-boyfriend, because that's weird.
It's just girl code, though. You know,
I'm guessing never.
Yeah,
I could never.
I also. Ew.
I know.
Like you.
No.
No. Just right off the bat, obviously not knowing like all of the details, just don't
go
mess
there.
With it. Yeah, and it's just like
there's
even if
so
you're not super
people.
close, there's so many other people. Even if you're not even close with this friend of yours, even if it's not like your best friend,
right?
It's just
not worth it.
No, like
it's not.
Also,
how did she make you feel when she went after? Like, don't make someone feel like that, even if they were the person to make you feel like that.
Yeah, and even if you didn't have this crush, and she tried to kind of pursue him, you still wouldn't want that, even if that didn't happen. You know, you wouldn't want somebody to go after your ex.
Yep.
I mean,
I did it.
I have.
It's in Demi Diaries. I did it.
Yes.
Sorry, I was young and hormonal.
But true, and honestly, if I had a friend now, because it's been 10 years since I broke up with my ex-boyfriend, I wouldn't care if one of my friends went off after him now. You know, it wouldn't matter.
I would.
I wouldn't. I just don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
Really.
Yeah.
I guess it's to each. Each
Truly.
their own.
And
but
like, what are the circumstances? Like,
what type of boyfriend? Like a long, serious boyfriend?
I was with him for almost 3 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I lived with him. I just don't think I would care, just because
you broke up for a reason or whatever.
Oh, totally. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me make this clear. If one of my friends were to have dated my ex-boyfriend within like a few years of us breaking up, I would not have been okay with it.
Oh, like now?
Now.
Don't care.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like 10 years after we broke up, whoever does that, whatever, I don't care, you know?
Totally.
So that's what I mean by that. If you ever get to that point in your life, person, then sure. But also like, why
just
even
don't.
mess with it?
Yeah. Just go get a job and like take care of yourself and
I don't know, find somebody that doesn't have
ties.
Friend baggage.
Yeah.
Ties is perfect. Yeah. Are you guys ready for Demi's diary? Because I am.
All right. So this is January 21st, 2007. Today I went to church. John was there. John is my ex-boyfriend.
Gotcha.
Between the time that I last wrote in this and now, a lot has happened between me and that boy. He is so much different. I can't believe how much he has changed. He parties too much, honestly. It scares me. But then again, so do I. I do stuff I hated. Oh my gosh, so embarrassing. I do stuff I hated. Basically, I'm a hippie. But back to John.
Oh, what does a hippie even mean to you at 16 years old?
Oh, just like so blasé, and like maybe I smoke pot sometimes.
At 16?
I was 17.
No, because you weren't. January 21st, 2007.
I guess so. Wow. I was not a hippie. I don't know why I would say that.
I wanted to be one, so.
So bad. Yeah, that's the only reason I would say that. Back to John. I was so hung up on him. It really got to me. Like I said last time, it was a good relationship, but I've moved on, like always. He said and did some really hurtful things that made me realize, like, why am I putting myself through this? I don't deserve it. There are plenty of guys I've been into, but I guess I compare everyone to my last guy. John was chilled out, not too serious, and my favorite thing about him was he never pressured me. That's the one thing I want to find pretty sure. Like last night I hooked up with okay, I don't know. I'm going to like void this out. I hooked up with
blah blah blah
blah blah blah. And today and things were a little intense and I wasn't comfortable and he was forcing me. It was really unattractive. It's 11:11. I have no one to share it with. Oh my god. I hope I'm never a cat lady. I refuse. You know, I could have loved John.
Dream. I'll have Rufus and Pete. Rufus and Peeve. I already forgot my cat's names. Anyway.
You know, I could have loved John. Ugh, I'm also over him. I no longer possess feelings for him. He's going out with Katie. Ew, I'm so scared about graduating. You don't even know. It's like I have the college thing planned out, but it's the graduating thing. I don't understand why the fuck we need credits. When I'm president of the world, that's the first thing to go. I love the song Hide and Seek. I just love the whole song. No.
No sign off.
No, I love you. No, love always.
Demetra.
Love always, Demetra.
You added that in. That's beautiful.
I think we've read a lot.
No, Demetra.
I know. It doesn't seem like it, right?
I'm going to be so sad when this is over. It's going to be like podcast over.
We're retired.
Oh, wait. I do have a note.
Oh, read your note. We have to go
through
the
It's not from me.
Is it to you?
It's to me.
Okay, great.
Okay, so this is I think I already said, but my best friend from when I was 10 years old. And we were in high school, and we went to the same school together for a little bit. So we had like our own little language, and so we would call each other Bustier instead of best friends, or Boobier.
Of course.
And I feel like I'm kind of like breaking a code because we still have this kind of same conversations. We don't text each other often anymore, but when we do, so she's like, "Hey, me Bustier, guess what?" Instead of guess what. I had to write a poem on a living organism, so I wrote a scientific poem about you. Ha ha ha, he ho. And then she goes, dra he, dra ha ha ha, dra ho. So like when we would write each other or when we talk to each other, we would like start laughing. We used to drink probably like 10 energy drinks per person a night. When we would stay up, I would still fall asleep, Demi. I would still fall asleep after drinking.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I would have like double lattes in college at like midnight and just sleep like a baby.
Yep. That's still me to this day. So we came up with this thing about like laughing like that, kind of like Dracula. Dra hee hee hee, dra ha ha ha, dra ho. Guess what else? I slurb you. So instead of I love you, I slurb you. So what are we gonna do tonight? I don't want to work from 3:30 to 8. It was so cute. This guy said that I always make him feel so good about himself. I was like, aw, hee hee hee, ow, my eye hurt. And then she drew a picture of an eye.
What year is this?
We were 16. My eye, owie, yay. ROTC, yes, we get to see Commander. I talked about Commander before. Oh, hey, I love you, my baby sweetie pumpkin poo. Hee hee hee, ha 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 ho. Well, have no idea what to write about, which obviously she didn't because this note. I guess I'll let you go. I heart you. And then she put her name, which I won't say. But
so cute.
And then she drew a picture with a stick figure picture of my ex-boyfriend and me in a heart.
Yes, of course.
Super dorky.
So cute.
We used to write this, like the dorkiest notes to each other. And do you see?
Yep. Oh yeah, that's the classic.
Classic note folding.
Yep.
As you can hear it. Sorry, horrible. Oh, misophonia. So sorry. I loved it.
All right, you guys. Well, wait. Did we map? We didn't map out the chapters.
Okay.
So I think there's 5 weeks in March.
Is there really? 5 Wednesdays in March?
Nope, 4. Just kidding.
Gosh, Demi, you don't even know that Kaya's the murderer.
Who's Kaya?
We're done. We're done with that book. Okay, so this book is laid out a little bit differently. So instead of going off of technical chapters, we'll still say the chapters, but we're going to read 80-ish pages. So that means that we're going to be chapter 5, but in part 2. So there's different parts of the book, and each part starts off.
What does your part 2 say? Or what? I'm sorry. What is the
start of chapter 5 says, "This will sting a bit." So stop when it says.
I arrived at the grove.
I just pressed chapter 5.
Yeah, but that's that chapter 5. Your Audible chapter 5. I already have a chapter 5.
And it just said chapter 4.
You can go to the next one because it's chapter 5 in part 2.
Chapter 5. This will sting a bit.
16.
Chapter 6.
Okay.
Let's clarify this.
Okay.
So, and I have the paper version. Yeah. And there's only hardback.
She only has hardback.
Yeah, and that's the only thing available.
She has the hardback.
So I'm stopping at page 79 where it says chapter 5, but it is in part 2. So it looks like each part of the series, I'm not even sure how many parts are in here, it starts from chapter 1 again. So,
okay.
Does that make sense?
And then if you're listening on Audible, you're going to stop at
chapter
16. And it's going to say
This'll
chapter
sting
5.
a bit. Yeah.
This'll sting a bit and stop there.
Or you know what? Freaking
Or
read
just
the whole
power
book.
through.
Yeah.
Like, do what you need to do.
Good luck.
But that's where we're going to stop.
That's where we're going to stop. We're going to try to stop because we both have no self-control. Okay.
Okay.
Also,
oh yeah, and please watch the documentary. We'll be discussing that either before or after. We're not sure yet.
we're going to let it
At
flow.
some point.
We're going to let it flow.
Let it flow.
No.
Anyway.
Love always.
Love always. Gosh, bye.